Hey everyone, welcome back to myrsilife.com. I'm your host Mitch, and today I've got a bit of a hot take for you, talking big picture, trends, and how RSI as a phenomenon is affecting things beyond our own individual selves. In today's video, I'm gonna comment on the discussion of office workplace risk management. So what do I mean by that? We'll discuss two questions. Number one, why does ergonomics get more focus in the workplace and online than overuse? And of course, is ergonomics overrated? Okay, so right off the bat, I am just gonna answer the question and we'll dive deeper into the reasons if you wanna watch the rest of the video. So question one, why does ergonomics get more focus in the workplace and online than overuse? So here are the reasons why I think ergonomics dominates the discussion. Number one, ergonomic tools and training are a straightforward investment that companies can use to reduce a measurable risk. Number two, market forces are driving the dialogue. Ergonomics sells. Number three, there are and will continue to be misconceptions about the risks and consequences of computer-related injuries. And question two, is ergonomics overrated when it comes to computer-related RSI prevention? And I'm gonna give two reasons for yes and one big reason for no. I know, it's not a very spicy take, but if you watch the rest of the video, I'll give a lot of reasons why I came up with that conclusion, and that might be a little bit spicy. So let's get into it. To start off, we're gonna answer question one with those three answers. We're gonna discuss them. The simple truth is that ergonomics is a much easier variable to control for business leadership than trying to prevent their workers from overworking. Ergonomics is very straightforward. Keyboard, mouse, desk, chair, and professional evaluation, whatever other gadgets your company provides. One each of those for the team, and then managers have measurably reduced the risk at a cost that's fairly easy to predict and manage. This is the kind of risk management that managers love. They want to make love to these kinds of risk management strategies because they are prevention strategies with results that are measurable and explainable with data. And the fun doesn't stop there. A big investment in ergonomics makes a great story and can communicate to employees that the company invests in their well-being. And we'll talk about that more in the next reason. Right now, there is a lot of money to be made selling things to managers of companies. And ergonomics is a really easy sell for the reason I just mentioned. These companies spend a lot of money on the physical ergonomic office equipment, ergonomic specialists, employee training, and it's already a huge and diverse market, one which I'm sure will only grow as computer-related RSI becomes more common. And the funny thing is I've noticed in my experience since being injured is that ergonomics as a word is becoming a hot marketing buzzword and losing its meaning in the same funny and ironic way that organic and natural did at the grocery store. So just be on the lookout for that. Ergonomics is becoming a marketing buzzword and may have lost its meaning. Those ergonomic things are basically selling themselves these days, while ideas don't sell as well, especially ideas like encourage your employees to take more breaks and take more vacation time. But before my injury, I had never even heard of RSI. Nobody I knew, family, friends, or bosses and coworkers had heard of it either. And there just are and will continue to be people who don't know or don't care about the risk of overuse, and there may be even people who try to deny it or discredit it. I think it's just a small part of human nature, bigger in other people, certain people, to deny the existence of things which are unseen and really scary. So when you have chronic pain or issues, you just experience these people, and it happens to everybody. To people who don't have much experience with RSI, ergonomics seems like it promises the perfect solution. I remember one conversation I had with a boss where he asked me, we were checked in, and said, hey, is that ergonomic keyboard we got helping you at all with your condition? And I was like, no, it hurts basically the same. Where's my keyboard? I'll go get it. Here's the keyboard, right? It's one of those that stands up and you can put your hands in a position like this. But I was injured and it hurt the same. And so he was shocked. He was flabbergasted on Zoom. He was just like, and I could see it on his face. And it's because he totally expected the gadget to solve the problem, and he had strong confidence in a gadget that would solve the problem. And it was just because, folks are uninformed, and there's not a lot of education and not a lot of awareness about this condition. So naturally, most people who aren't aware of it assume that ergonomic desk tools eliminate the problem, since that's exactly how it's marketed. The promise of a perfectly ergonomic workspace where someone can essentially work as long as they want with zero risk is a very appealing fantasy to both computer users and employers. And in today's modern world, people are addicted to the quick fix, instant gratification, the easy solution, and they tend to look elsewhere when someone is proposing solutions beyond that, unfortunately. Okay, let's get to the spicy bit. Question 2, is ergonomics overrated when it comes to computer-related RSI prevention? Yes and no. Yes, because, reason 1, ergonomics perhaps won't have as big of an effect on the costs of computer-related injuries on an aggregate level as we might expect. Overuse is a risk that can undo the benefits of good ergonomic equipment and, safe posture and technique and all that. No matter how safe the office workplace is, there's always going to be a certain portion of the population that will continue to be predisposed to RSI and will continue to become injured due to overuse. Kind of two groups, but there's definitely an overlap in there. While I was prepping this blog post, I ran into an interesting concept called risk compensation. And it's a theory which suggests a reason why humans change their behavior in response to changes in perceived risk. Yeah, rewind that and listen to that again. It's kind of weird, but I'll give some examples. Some fascinating examples include some studies which suggest that people who wear seatbelts tend to actually drive faster and, because they feel safer with the seatbelt, so they drive faster to compensate for the risk. And another theory that another phenomenon that could be supported with this theory is that free condom distribution might not as effectively reduce the spread of STDs on an aggregate level, since free condoms, could implicitly encourage more sexual activity in general. This could be happening in the office workplace too. Not the sexual activity, but computer users might feel unconsciously emboldened to overuse because of the perceived safety of the equipment. My point is that on a macro level, ergonomic equipment and training may have less of an effect on the overall costs of computer-related injuries than we might expect due to individual predispositions towards injury and risk compensation. So with respect to the economy, it's overrated. With respect to aggregate costs to the economy due to computer-related injuries, it's overrated. Another reason for yes. Once you become injured due to computer-related overuse, ergonomics can't really help you anymore. This one just comes from personal experience, and I'll give an example from my life. Every type of keyboard and every type of mouse, right? I gave this example, labeled ergonomic or not, that I've ever used with my hands since the injury has exacerbated my symptoms. Folks with computer-related injuries tend to know quite a bit about the ergonomic options and alternative computer input tools out there on the market, but ironically, very few find solutions that actually work as well as they used to use a computer. Ergonomics is overrated from my personal perspective as someone recovering from a computer-related injury. Now let's get into the big reason for no, which is ergonomics equipment and training is not overrated because it objectively reduces risk in the workplace. Now, I'm gonna round out my opinion, right? I gave a lot of opinions on why it's overrated, but I wanna say that I do know that ergonomics is valuable and does indeed reduce significant risks in the workplace. From the standpoint of the general computer user, ergonomic tools and habits are extremely beneficial. I love ergonomics. I am fascinated by ergonomics. I'm very glad that ergonomics and workplace safety are becoming more popular in the business world and in discussions of office and home offices. For the record, I also love seatbelts and condoms. These are amazing modern inventions which measurably reduce risks in our lives. So, ergonomics equipment and training is not overrated with respect to the general computer using public. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts and feedback. Do you think ergonomics is overrated? Do you think risk of overuse is adequately communicated to employees? Does your employer encourage you to make the most of your time off benefits and take breaks during the workday? And lastly, does this kind of content about the state of work interest you? Do you think my arguments are defensible? I'm really excited to talk more in the blog about the macro impacts of computer-related RSI and trends in businesses, government, and within this very unique and interesting RSI community. So let's continue the discussion. Look to the channel in the future for more videos, and we'll see you later.